Welcome to the Groomer next door. You're listening to my mommy and daddy.
And now our feature presentation.
Hello everybody and welcome to episode 37 of the Groomer Next Door. I'm your co-host Chris Green. Sitting next to me as always is the lovely and talented Sarah.
Hello.
And of course we have the littlest of little ones with us. Say hi, Claire.
Hi.
Alright, well we have a lot to go over today to cover this past week. Well, let's see. We're a day late in releasing, but that's not too bad considering what we've gone through. I've been bit already a few times.
I've gotten 3 bites from being out here so far.
That is awesome. First of all, let me thank our good friends over at Squarespace for giving us our website. If you haven't been to our website, it's thegροomernextdoor.squarespace.com. And let's see, on with our show. Got a lot to cover in review of last week. A nice little heartwarming ending to a couple little things that happened. One going bye-bye and one getting a new home. And much more. So, all right. Well, let me start off with how last week was.
Oh my goodness.
Let's explain last week. How was last week? Because you know what? It's a blur at this point.
Last week has been the same as it's been the past 4 weeks. I know that everybody's been listening or have been, paying attention to our Facebooks. I have been battling a kidney stone, and Chris just sprayed himself in the eye. Are you okay?
I'm okay. Keep going.
Okay, sorry. It was like slow motion.
Right?
Anywho, so I've been battling this kidney stone. It's a 6mm kidney stone.
Has been our guest star for the last 4 weeks.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I went to the hospital the first time. They said it was just a kidney infection. Lay off the unsweetened tea. And tea in general.
Was every bit of information that we received at the beginning all wrong? It was.
No, I had a kidney infection. I had a UTI.
That was the only thing they got right.
But they didn't realize or didn't think to do a CAT scan to see if I have a kidney stone. 2 weeks later, the kidney stone started causing me problems again. And then they decided to do a CAT scan then, found this kidney stone.
And this is just a recap of the last 4 weeks.
Kidney stone, 6mm. It is in my tube that leads from the kidney to the bladder.
Uterial?
No.
Uterial. Something like that. I mean, I know I'm probably mispronouncing, but it's the same. Uteral.
Something like that. Anywho.
Yeah. I actually heard it pronounced both ways over the last couple weeks.
Yeah, so they sent me home with some painkillers and said it's supposed to pass in a couple days. Well, here I am thinking a week later, no pain, it passed.
Yeah, I actually asked you about it about a week ago today, maybe a week ago yesterday, and you're like, I think I passed it. I'm pretty sure I did.
One thing I haven't done was strain my pee. I'm sorry. I can deal with dog pee. I can deal with cat pee. I don't want to deal with that. That is just too far beyond what I'm willing to do. And so I didn't strain my urine. And so I just thought it just came out, plopped out, whatever. I didn't feel anything. No biggie. Because they didn't exactly educate me, and I wasn't using Google enough to realize that you can't pass a 6mm stone.
Well, they kept saying that you would. We went a couple weeks ago. The doctor said, and this is, let's see, 2 weeks ago, this past Friday, we were at the hospital. The doctor said, past Thursday. He said, and I quote him, if you don't have pain this time tomorrow or Saturday, you've passed it.
So technically, I was supposed to have a horrible 4th of July.
Yeah.
I was supposed to be in the most pain of my life.
Which you were.
4th of July?
Controlled.
It was controlled.
But you were still in pain.
Yeah. I was still able to go to the fair and watch fireworks and stuff like that. Or the carnival, not the fair.
This is a carnival.
I had another flare-up, went to the ER again. There was not a single kidney doctor
Well,
to
this
be
is
found.
this last Thursday, past Thursday.
So this was recently.
Again, having to tell our customers, we're sorry, we're in an emergency, we can't, we can't be there, we'll have to reschedule, which...
And our customers are so amazing.
They really are.
They were like, you know what? No, I don't care if my dog has to wait. I will not take him anywhere else.
But let me add, a lot of free baths were given to a lot of people.
Small price pay.
Yeah, I mean, on the plus side, there were, each time we had to rush out to the hospital, there was at least 2 dogs that did not get, they were rescheduled, but a free bath.
I know one day I came in on a Saturday to finish one since it was being boarded. It was one of my dogs that followed me from my last shop. But the other ones weren't being boarded, so I couldn't finish them.
Yeah.
Or they were being picked up the same day. Well, I had another flare-up, and the doctor there pretty much said, hey, I can give you some names. You can call them Monday.
Yeah, it was a really sad situation that they were kind of giving us a lot of runaround. We were there from 2 o'clock in the afternoon all the way up until almost 9 o'clock.
And they sent me home in pain.
They had said, we're going to admit you. We are going to transport you. We are going to XYZ. Literally they came up with probably 10 different options all at one time, did not discuss anything. It was chaos and clutter. So if anybody is on my Facebook who listens to the show, you'll know you watched it by Facebook. It was crazy.
So it came down to, I came back to work the next day on Friday. Couldn't get a hold of the urologist and kidney doctor. And so...
Well, you did get some information, though.
Oh, that he was moving shop.
He was moving shop. He wasn't in the office until Monday.
So I was like, okay, I'll just wait till Monday. They gave me some Percocet. I'll get through Friday. I wasn't having any pain on Friday. I can get through it. I do not take heavy medication while I'm at work because it's just not safe. They say you can't drive. If you can't drive, then you cannot work on a dog.
Yeah, you don't want to operate any kind of machinery, whether it's clippers or a vehicle.
Exactly.
It is a narcotic. So, and one thing that I've noticed over the years is that you can easily abuse this. I couldn't tell you how many times in hospitals I saw nurses abuse medication.
And
Be careful with it.
And my father was a drug addict when he was younger. And he got sober when I was about 5 and was a fantastic father the entire time, even though he had some really bad hiccups when I was 5. After that, he got sober. But one thing he taught me was that do not abuse anything. It's in your blood, it's in your DNA to become addicted to such things. So I wait to the possible last minute to take anything. And then I have to wait 30 minutes longer for the medicine to kick in.
Hey, the story reminds me of Scott. He's the same way. His dad had alcohol issues, and he won't touch a drop of alcohol because he doesn't want the same problems to happen. So it's a great way of looking at life, precaution. Err on the side of caution.
Same thing with drinking. I'll have an alcoholic beverage every once in a while. But Saturday rolls around, and... I'm feeling discomfort. It wasn't pain. It was just really discomfort. And I was like, I'll take a Percocet tonight and sleep through Saturday, right? Well, I woke up at 2, had to take another one. I woke up at 4, had to take another one.
I feel bad because I was not awake for any of this.
You and Claire were just dead to the world.
I was so exhausted after last week. I was finalized.
So I took another one 2 hours later than that. Told the doctor I'm getting ahead of myself here. So the next morning, Chris woke up, and I went out there, and I told him, I think I need to go to the emergency room again. This is just not stopping. I even had to sleep on the couch a couple times just to find some kind of comfort. I said, well, let's get to, let's just drive to Springfield.
Well, that's because they have the actual premium hospital that there's always specialists on staff.
I think they actually have 2 ERs.
There are at least 2.
Huge hospital.
I'll move there any day.
Springfield Hospital, Mercy. Mercy has saved my dad's life and helped him at least prolong his life longer, so we had him on this earth longer. I was like, you know what? I just want to go to Mercy. let's just go. I'll take a Percocet so I can get to this at least 2-hour drive. We get to Mercy, and they took us in. They treated us well. They got us in and out real quickly.
4 hours. That was it.
That was it.
And that was to get you prepped and ready for the next day's situation. So that was amazing.
The urologist came in and told me that there's no way that there's going to be any way possible I was going to pass the stone. She goes, so we need you to come back tomorrow so I can get the OR prepped and get you operated on. Which was really an actual procedure, not really, I don't think, an operation.
It's not an operation. It is a procedure. It's an outpatient procedure, but, still, you have to be sedated and put out.
They knocked me out. I mean, even in the hospital the day before on Saturday, or Sunday.
Sunday.
It was Sunday at this point. They gave me morphine, and morphine didn't even stop at all.
Yeah, this is, I guess, the best way of putting this. This episode of The Groomer Next Door kind of will tangle on the line of if you have a kidney stone and it's over 5 millimeters, you're probably going to end up needing to get it either blasted or extracted. Now, if you're a female and it's in your uteral wall like that,
in the tubing going from the kidney to the bladder.
Right. If it's there, you've got female organs, so you probably can't, and that's what happened for you.
Exactly. They couldn't just blast the bastard away. Oop, sorry.
Same thing.
They couldn't just beep. Sorry, guys. I really am sorry about that. But they couldn't just shatter it and let it come out normally. So they put me under, completely knocked me out. They go in with the little telescope thing, and they took nifty pictures. It
would have been the scope that they used.
Yeah.
They went in with the scope, and they were able to do an extraction at the same time, watching on there.
Not only did they take the stone out of me, they had to rip it out.
Yeah.
It was actually lodged in my tube.
Yeah, that was pretty gnarly.
As you see a picture, as they released the stone from the wall, the blood gushing from it.
Well, yeah.
There's some blood coming from there, and then another picture of a cloudy.
That's when I was talking to the doctor afterwards, like, oh, okay, yeah.
So that's out. I have a stent in to help make sure that tube doesn't close shut from the scar tissue or swell shut. That's uncomfortable. So please, folks, drink plenty of water. If you drink a lot of tea, if you drink a lot of soda, if you drink a lot of coffee, add at least a cup of water in between.
And just so you know, we were told, now, neither Sarah nor I actually drink it, but Mountain Dew. Apparently Mountain Dew is a real large cause of stones. So if you're actually a Mountain Dew drinker, just know that there is a chance you could get a kidney stone.
Yeah, so when we go to the trade show next week.
That'll be episode 39 that we'll be talking.
When we go to the trade show, I'm going to have to leave in the middle of the trade show and go and get the stent removed. And then go back to the trade show.
Yep.
And then a couple days after that, I should be at 100%.
Hopefully. All right. Well, a lot of you are probably now going to sit near your computer, your device, because you're going to wait to hear my part of it. So last week, we were approached about a great dog that needed adoption. Definitely a wonderful dog, and we'll go into more detail on the dog. So we were asked, hey, can you do us a favor? Can you step in and see if, with your resources, what you could do? Well, a lot of things happened last week. And it's funny because one thing about this show, I've mentioned it before, we do have a plagiarizer. They like to watch us do everything, and then they step in. They
monitor our podcast. They monitor our website.
Well,
they monitor my work's Facebook page.
And what they do is every time I've launched something for this podcast, they've followed up with a very discounted version. When we launched our website, about a week later, they launched a website. When I do a design for airbrushing, they come up with a very tacky, but they come up with one. It is a constant problem. Now, a lot of you who are listening are waiting to hear my response to what happened. And the person who monitors this, the plagiarizer, is waiting to hear my response. Well, here's my response. I'm not giving you the time of day. I simply will not feed into it. You made a mockery of yourself for what you did. Everybody saw what you did, and they knew exactly what I was doing. They knew that you pretty much stepped in at the last minute to do this. You did it to yourself. I'm not even going to have to retaliate to this. I don't have to stoop to your level. I'm simply just going to say, good job doing what you did. Because, you know, honestly, there are a lot of influential people who follow us. A lot of those people are here. And they all saw what you did. And they're all disgusted as much as I am. And everybody's waiting to see if I respond. And you know what? This is the response. You're tacky. Plain and simple. Stop listening to the show. Stop trying to follow everything that we're doing. If you don't, you're just going to continue to alienate yourself.
You hurt yourself.
You are hurting yourself. Because what you did last week was absolutely the most disgusting act anyone can do. I can come over here and I can bash you. I could do a lot of things. I'm not going to. You know why? I feel bad for you. I feel bad that you have to listen to this show and get ideas. Watch everything that we're doing and then run out to try to steal the glory. I'm sorry for you because
I don't understand is that these people never have something nice to say about us at all. Yet
anyone for that matter.
What's funny is we never met them.
Nope.
Never actually spoke to them.
Nope.
I know I've seen one as they were trying to buy stuff at Shadowwood, but I've never actually spoke to them. Never shook their hand. Never seen them actually pick up scissors. So I don't understand. I don't understand why we are the targets when all we want to do is help people.
Well, that's the problem here. You know, I was asked to try to help in this situation, and I will always help animals in need. I don't do it to post it all over the place to try to get a kudos. I don't do it for the recognition. I do it for the animals. The people that I work with here, a lot of you who listen to this podcast that know me, you know I'm doing it because I care about the cause. This situation had me in a fork in the road. I didn't know which direction I wanted to take.
You can either take the direction that they take.
Yeah, I mean, well, you know, that's the thing. I was discussing with Sarah, discussing with a couple people. I was going to go to an actual trade school here in town. I was going to actually present the idea to actually teach intro to podcasting. Now, what that would be is the opportunity to give other people the opportunity to go and record their own shows. Bring in more content because there's never going to be enough shows out there. There's almost 500,000 shows available. There's not enough. Everybody can have something. The reason why I'm not going to go through and teach this class is because either that person or one of her little minion will go learn the class and then start a derogatory show. And I just do not want to pollute podcast in that way. So my conclusion to this is go be creative. Go find something to do without following everything that I'm doing. I'm not going to play your game. I'm not going to go and bash you on here. I'm not going to go on Facebook or social media or even around town and bash you.
See, the person knows who we're talking about. I'm sorry, folks, if we're being a little descriptive, but
there are a lot of people who know.
Fortunately, we're respectful, even to those who don't deserve the respect. So we're not going to name the shop, not going to name the people.
It's really easy to do.
They know.
It's easy to name them. It's easy to call people out. But you know what? It's honestly, you do that, you're no better, and you're bullying. So I'm not going to. It's just, this is that message, that moment out. It's got to stop somewhere. So, moving on. There was, do you have something to conclude?
Oh, no, I was just going to do my intro.
Oh, okay. Well, I was actually going to go into the website, the other one first.
Okay.
We obviously have a great update on last week's situation, but I want to actually bury the lead. I'm burying the lead because I want to actually go with this charity. They're a great charity, and then I want to, go into the last part of that. Great charity, I just found out Sarah was the one who actually brought it to my attention.
Well, I was scrolling on Facebook, and my sister-in-law actually shared this link. And since she shared it, I was like, hey, Chris, why don't you go on to
It's onefacewatch.com.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Keep going. Keep telling the story.
I was like, I looked at these watches. They're pretty cool, and I knew they were fundraisers. So I was like, check it out. He's such a watch guru. He's got like 20 of them in our room right now.
Well, they're in actual watch cases. It's in a watch case. So they're all nicely put together. I'm very meticulous.
If I don't know what to get him for his birthday or Christmas, I just find the newest watch and just get him a watch.
Now, I do want the Apple iWatch, but that's not out yet, and it's all speculations when it come out. Now, as for this is a great cause. I actually spoke with the actual organization itself. I love this cause. If you're interested to look this up, please do. It's onefacewatch.com.
Number one.
Yes, number one. Just put the number one, and then facewatch.com. You can buy a watch for $40. Now, that watch, what it is it's helping different causes. You can get the black watch band. They're all one type of watch, but the bands are different colors. Black is for cancer. Red is for AIDS. White is for hunger. We actually ended up buying the orange one because that supports animals. Every watch that's sold for animals, one animal is found a home. That's very important. That is the basis of what this show is. So we've actually already invested in this. The black one is a touch screen. That one's different. The other ones are $40 plus $5 for shipping. The black touch screen actually is $100. It's $99 plus the tax, or plus the shipping, plus shipping. What it will do is it's a touchscreen watch, and that will actually give donation to all 36 charities. So if you just don't know who you want to give to, you can simply spend the $99 and go for all of them. A percentage of each will help each cause.
Yeah, the orange one's for the
ASPCA.
Yes, here I get my letters.
Yeah, I become dyslexic.
And then you got breast cancer awareness.
Well, I was going there. The pink one is for breast cancer. There's a white one with a gold kind of trim on the actual face. That's for water. Now, Red Cross is sold out. There's a blue one that is for environment, a gold one that's for education, and then there's a mystery cause, which is just, it doesn't have a color. It's a weird little thing. You see?
No.
Yeah. Each one of these are going to actually help in the life of somebody.
Whether or not it's like what we did, we donated the 40 and we're getting a watch for, to help a pet find a home.
It's like wearing a badge, though. When you're looking at your watch, it's knowing I helped.
Exactly, and we're not stopping at this help. We got more stuff planned for later dates.
Well, we just got done with the Humane Society with that charity that we were involved in. This is a great cause. I spoke with the actual organization already. They were very happy that we were willing to actually talk about them. I mean, I will talk about any organization that's doing good.
And what's nice is that you have a broad band of what you can donate your money to. Some people might find or have had people in their life who have passed away from AIDS or has passed away
Cancer.
from any kind of cancer, and that pulls at your heartstrings that you want to donate to help another human so that family doesn't have to go through that loss. Or, you know, so many watches sold, you get, you know, a mammogram for
Yeah, it was, that one
low
was
income.
12. Some of them are more than one watch that are sold per, you know, for every 12 of the one for mammogram, a woman gets a free mammogram. I didn't choose the animal one because for every one watch an animal saved. I did it because our show is dedicated to animals.
Well, and what's nice too is that animals are our #1 priority, but we have donated to breast cancer awareness. We've donated to Wounded Warriors Project.
Yes.
We have donated to the Boy Scouts of America.
Yes.
So we have donated quite a bit to a little bit of everybody.
Yeah.
And then try to focus as much as we can on animals, since we are basically an animal cause,
Right.
whether it's dogs, cats, rabbits, you know.
Well, this year alone, just in this year, we've donated about $250 just to animals. We actually did almost about the same for the ROTC out in Fort Leonard Wood, I think is where it was. So we've actually donated some to two great causes. Obviously, we gave just almost about the same. But the point of the matter...
I've said this many times before, we've been very blessed to have what we have. We've been blessed with the amazing customers that have been our biggest supporters.
Right.
And a fantastic shop to work at. You know, our daughter is healthy as can be. We have each other.
We have wonderful animals ourselves that we've been able to rescue.
Great friends that are there supporting us too. That some that we haven't even met yet.
Right. And see, folks, when we mention by mentioning how much we've donated, it's just you don't have to. We just want to make sure people know we don't just donate to animals. We donate to all different causes. And
we're not full of poo when we talk about this.
No,
so
we actually have all the proof in the world, sadly enough. But you know what? I was amazed. You should go on their website, just watch their actual video. It's a 2.5-minute video. It gives you a great idea of what they're doing. And honestly, you know, I've been overseas. I know how poverty it is. Animals,
how hard it is to get fresh water.
Oh my gosh.
It is to get animals rescued in Brazil. I mean, oh my goodness.
The dogs in Brazil, I mean, it is just an absolute terrible situation, especially coming from a country that was just hosting the World Cup, and they were not doing anything for their people. It's a sad situation. It really is. But I encourage everybody, you know, give them a look. You know, you're listening to this show, give them a look. You don't have to do anything.
They're great gifts for somebody else.
They come in a really unique little box that tell what the actual donation went for. So you can honestly wear the watch and put the box on display just to see it alone. I mean, I'm going to display my box just because it just fills my heart knowing that we just helped an animal find its home. I mean, we can physically go out and do it, which we do. But to know that we actually helped in this matter.
I feel bad that we can't foster.
I do too.
And
if we had the room, we would.
Yeah, if we had the room, we would. We're adopting dogs left and right. It seems like we got
3 dogs, 2 cats.
Exactly, all adopted. So that has
one was born on my lap.
Yeah.
There's a difference on that one. I guess it was adopted though.
But are we done with the watch part?
Yeah, we are done. I just hope everybody.
I was thinking about adoption and you know, that great cause for that watch and helping find a home, whether it's just feeding the dog, because dog food's expensive, folks.
That is where I like to actually segue into with Kim. And if you are local here in town, we are always talking about PCAL, Phelps County Animal Welfare League. If you are here in Rolla and you so happen to go to Kroger, if you have that feeling like I just want to give, I don't know who in PCAL actually organized it. Let's just say all of them.
Yeah.
But there is an actual box there, a big kind of, it looks like the same box that you would use during the Christmas time when you actually get gifts and what,
Toys for Tots.
There you go. It looks just like that. It is to actually put dog and cat food in for donation.
You walk in, if you can only, buy a 67-cent tray of Little Caesars.
Yep. Doesn't matter what it is. Just
one. I mean, that gives a dog a meal for at least one night.
Yep.
I mean, it can go a long way. Just one can of cat food can feed that cat at least for a night.
Yeah.
And just
it's
drop
a small
it off in the box and walk away with a smile on your face.
Yeah, that little thing. I mean, honestly, folks, and of course, if you're not here locally in town, there's always charities that are in need. People fall on hard times. We've seen it. We've had it happen. Everybody's pretty much had it happen, especially in our country with, how bad the economy is. Everybody falls on hard times. The first thing that a family who is struggling for cash, they're going to feed themselves. If we can at least help a little bit, like Sarah said, a simple 60 cents isn't going to hurt. A scratch-off ticket's $1, and most of the time we lose. I mean, I sadly do. So, I would rather throw that $1 into dog food, cat food, and actually help an animal with some food. So, again, a big shout out to Kim and Phelps County Animal Welfare League. You guys, I support you 100%. I'm right there with you, fighting the fight, and I know Sarah is too.
Yeah, don't feel upset yet. I'm still trying to work out that one little detail. I've been in the hospital so much that I haven't been able to get around to it.
Well, we have to talk. We do have that other idea that I was talking to you about. I don't want to mention it right now, just because of obvious reasons, but I also have an idea that I need to talk to you guys about. And I have talked to, I actually mentioned it to our other organization up in Canada. All right, well, you're going to hear a loud noise. We are actually back recording in Studio Garage outside.
We're getting bit up like nobody's business.
Yeah, we are getting bit, and it's hot, but, at least nobody's yelling and screaming.
So we saved the best story for last.
That's why I wanted to bury the lead.
Best story. So we have been fighting and spreading the word and trying to do what we can.
I want to mention, though, that we've had great people who have also been doing it, like April Springer. She also has worked her tail off to get this worked out. So an amazing job by her.
So there's this pup. Her name is Scruffy. And Scruffy has been at the Rolla Animal Shelter for 40 days.
She was there last week, last Monday, made 40, yes. So I think she was there just under 50 days.
So there was this big campaign to try to get her adopted. She is sweet. There's nothing wrong with her. She's not exactly young, but she's not old. Playful, and she just loves everybody. If
you're curious what she looks like now, of course, it's just so that you can see what she looks like. She was on our actual video podcast that we did at Rolla Animal Shelter. But on the good news, here's where we actually give you the good news.
So she finally got adopted. And one of the things I try to do to sweeten the pot to get her adopted, since she's been there for so long, was a lifetime of free nail trims. On top of the 2 50% off grooms. So basically she gets a free groom cut in half. But free nail trims. Scruffy is a dog that doesn't have to have a haircut.
No, she's really cute with her little kind of long hair.
Now she's kind of naked, but I would have left her Scruffy because her name is Scruffy. But she is cute as all get out, folks.
If I had an extra place for her, I would have adopted her. And I know for a fact, John Redshaw, who is in charge of the Rolla Animal Shelter, he would have too.
Yeah, if everybody at that shelter had room, they would have snatched her up right away. So her, and there was one other dog that I've offered, free nail trims. I can't do it all the time because we still have to, make something so we can live. But Scruffy was there for too long. I was like, free nail trim for life. As long as I'm here in Rolla, it doesn't matter if I'm at this shop, that shop. I plan on staying at Shadowwood.
Yeah, if there's no Shadowwood, there's no us here.
So I was talking to this one lady, and quite a few people actually were interested. And unfortunately, it's first come, first serve.
But what I do like about this is that people saw it and people were in contact with us.
Yes, and they're asking us about her and such. But this wonderful woman, her name is Erica.
Like always, we always keep your last name anonymous unless you're a certain April, then of course we mention you, but you're pretty public, so.
So Erica decided to go down and adopt Scruffy. Well, she sent me a text, or not text, Facebook message, that she was the one who adopted Scruffy from the shelter. Well, me, as giddy as I was just excited that Scruffy found a home. So I sent like 3 other long diatribes on how excited I am for her and how I think she's one of the most wonderful women in the world. You know, just awesomeness right there in a package, you know. And she actually sent me a couple pictures.
Which is awesome.
So excited. One picture is of Scruffy gnawing on her rawhide.
Yeah.
She's just going to town on it. She's laying on that
carpet looks so comfortable to lay on. Oh boy, I'm going to come over.
Just lay on the
I'm just going to lay on your carpet. That is awesome.
We have our tile flooring, so our laminate flooring, so we don't get anything like that. But she's gnawing on her rawhide and enjoying it.
She's looking very happy.
The next picture she sent me, it looks to be
a
garden, like a small pumpkin patch garden that she has at her home. And Scruffy's just kind of checking it out, like, ooh, what's this? The next photo that she sent me, this one caught me. When you know the dog that you just adopted feels like they're meant to be there, is when they get onto a personal space, like a bed, a couch, a recliner, and they curl up and pass out.
Yep. Because that's human territory, not dog territory.
That's the pack master's area. You don't touch that.
Nope.
Well, she felt comfortable enough to climb into bed. And what's even better is that the dog that she already had is sleeping right next to Scruffy. Her brother is right next to her.
Or boyfriend. We don't know.
Brother. She said brother.
Okay.
So we'll go brother.
Okay, we'll go brother.
is passed out right next to Scruffy.
Which is awesome, folks, that this dog was adopted to a loving home. It has a companion, whether it's 2-legged and 4-legged. Looks absolutely happy.
Sam's the brother's name, and they got them from the shelter last year.
Oh, nice. Let's see, this is where it comes down. I actually, on a funny note, as you guys might have noticed, this week's album art is, of course, the 2 big topics. Of course, One Face Watch and Scruffy made the cover art for this week. We posted it online. And
yeah, Scruffy as her scruffy self.
Yep, Scruffy as her scruffy self.
Beautiful scruffy self.
She, you know, I actually posted, and it was great to hear from John. Always a pleasure to hear from him. He had said, please let everybody know we'd love to see Scruffy back. So anytime you're ready, you want to come down with Scruffy, let Scruffy see everybody over at RAS. They would love to see her. They all loved her.
See, Erica definitely has touched more than just Scruffy's life. You know, it's one of those hope for humanity. Everybody says, you know, they lost their hope for humanity because of this, because of that. The war overseas, this and that. Well, this little act of kindness can help restore that.
Yes.
And Erica touched more than just Scruffy's life.
Yep.
I mean, John and April and everybody over there love Scruffy so much, they're not going to just let Scruffy go to whoever.
Nope. They're very particular, and I want this to be a nice moment for everybody who has those kind of mixed feelings about shelters. As we've spoken in the past, Raw Animal Shelter isn't what you'd call a kill-free, unfortunately. But here's the proof, folks, that they do not look to put a dog down on a timeline. Their main goal has always been to find homes for dogs.
Yeah, even after we kind of went into a panic.
Yeah, we did actually.
Because in California, once they hit so many days, they're done.
They are.
And there's
those
row.
30 days. And, I mean, I have one group that's always posting, this is the last day for this dog's life. Come in and save its life. I mean, every day I see it, and it really is sad.
So we went into a complete panic. I went up there, or Chris went on there, and I said, look, just tell them free nail trims for life.
Yep. If that dog was going to be euthanized the next day, I would have gone down and fostered it. But it wasn't going to come to that. And
April put our minds at ease. And
so I want everybody locally here, you know, honestly, I know some people have mixed feelings. This is that moment that should make you actually realize that RAS, Raw Animal Shelter, is there to help these animals in need, help find these animals homes. It's not about euthanizing. It's about finding them homes. So, you know, if we have anybody that's still on the fence, here's where, you know, honestly, come on down. These guys are there, dedicated. They're there to find homes. And, you know, what's funny is when I was talking to John today, he was just like, I love that dog. I hope to see that dog back. Please, Erica, you know, drop by sometime with her. Let them see him, because you know what? They may see tons of dogs a day, but they love these stories. And we love these stories because there's always those negative stories out there. There's hardly ever the bright.
Animals being abused,
right,
being abandoned, you know, starved to death, letting loose out in the country.
Yep.
You know, there's so many of those stories that you can only handle so much negativity until you just are so beaten down, like nothing's ever going to go right. So when we do have a positive outlook, when we do have something positive happen, it needs to be out there.
It does. It definitely does. It has to go. Now, of course, this episode will go up tonight. So if anybody is listening to it on Tuesday, this was recorded literally just today. Tonight, actually, it's already.
Tonight's been the only night I've been up to doing this.
It's already 8:30 our time, and we have yet to stop recording. Actually, get this thing converted. Now, if anybody actually was aware, we actually have put all the episodes now. Of course, they're always available on Podbean, always available on iTunes. But we've actually now started the YouTube. We are about 8 episodes shy of caught up. All the recent ones will be there. This one will probably go on tomorrow because I won't have any time to do it today. But yeah, it's if you wanted to listen to it on YouTube. We actually had some Canadians tell us that we can't listen to it on your other networks, so we had to move forward and figure out a way of publishing it so anybody can see it.
Takes a little extra time and effort.
Oh, it takes a lot of work.
But you know, when he's doing that, I make sure I keep Claire busy and occupied like always, and we still had to send her hair out. Yeah,
we have. Well, last week was just overwhelming.
Doctors.
It feels like doctor the whole time. It really does.
I am so sick of getting IVs. It's not even funny. They've been so good about it. I haven't had any bruises except for the last one. And I'm just done. I've heard I have great veins so many times.
I think I've spent, in the last week now, I've spent about 16 hours in a hospital, total, in 3 different times.
Nonetheless.
The surgery. Yeah, the surgery was longer. So, anyway.
Thank you very much, Erica, for what you have done. And Scruffy is always welcomed over at Shadowwood. Like I said, free nail trims. You can come in every week if you need to get our nails trimmed back. I don't care if you come in every week, every 2 weeks. I don't care. Just bring her on in. I'll always have time for you and her.
And you know what? Keep up with us on Facebook. We love to hear things. Any updates that you have, let us know. We love to talk about it.
She still has 2 grooms for 50% off each groom if she decides to come and get groomed with us. Erica, you can always go to Shadowwood's Facebook. It's Shadowwood Pet Resort LLC, and you can see the different grooms I've done. And, you know, the proof's in the pictures. Proof's always in the pictures. But we got to
get back to doing Guess That Breed.
I know.
It has been so hectic lately. We're going to go back to putting more games on there. It's just been so harsh. Thank you to everybody who has been supportive, especially during the last few days, a lot of you guys have been Facebook messaging me while we were at the hospital. It's just been absolutely a lot. Oh, I gotta mention this. I'm not gonna use names. I had somebody who saw posting on somebody else's posting who does concerts and nice little events from Jeff City. They mentioned, "Are you groomers?" This is last week. And it was, yes, we are. Are you local? And I told her where we're at. She goes, well, I'm in Jeff City, and I have family out in Rolla. So she says, do you have a Facebook page? Told her what the Facebook page was. Told her about the podcast. Hopefully she's listening to this episode. I love those just out of nowhere. Just bling, Facebook message. You're sitting at work, you kind of like look at your phone. Oh, and these interesting little stories pop up. So I hope that you're listening. It was absolutely a lot of fun talking with you. Send me more messages. All of you, send messages. And, And
then I know we kind of strayed away from this, but grooming tips. We kind of strayed away. I'll have more grooming tips for you next time, too. Next
episode will probably be flaxseed oil.
Yeah.
Definitely one that I want to talk about. We're going to actually cut this episode pretty short. It'll be like that 45-minute mark. I really, normally for a week episode we have an hour, but we're not. You have anything you want to add?
Kidney stones hurt. Sorry.
The kidney stone episode.
Sorry. And, by the way, Chris named the kidney stone
Mick Jagger.
Yep. And Mick is being sent off to the lab to find out exactly what caused it.
I would have loved to have had Mick in a little jar. But, oh well, the rolling kidney stone. That was going to be the title of this episode, is the rolling kidney stone. So anyways, sorry we're a little bit short on time this week. We'll only do a 45 instead of an hour show. I think that covers it. So for everybody over here, I'm Chris Green. Have a puptastic week.
And I'm Sarah Green, making sure everybody realizes life is short. Play with your pet.
Bye, everybody.
Okay, gotta go, it's my bedtime.